Hi guys, my name is Valery, I'm a real Prague guide, and today I'm going to be attempting a dangerous trick, telling you about all Charles Bridge statues without fearing that you will fall asleep. So, before we start, one important thing to mention. We're going to be starting from the Old Town side of the river, going towards Malá Strana, of course, and not all of the statues on Charles Bridge are original. Yes, a lot of them are copies. So, to simplify it for all of us, as the statues will appear on the screen, you will read the name of the statue, the name of the sculptor who built it, and the year when it was built, together with thumbs up for originals and thumbs down for copies. Okay, so we have 31 statues ahead of us, so let's go. This statue portrays Virgin Mary and Saint Bernard. Originally, these statues had metal bands attached to their mouths, so Saint Bernard was saying Ave Maria and Virgin Mary was replying Salve Bernard, a Baroque comics, if you will. Saint Eve's statue was commissioned by the law faculty for their patron saint. You can see Lady Justice and the poor that Saint Eve's was helping. Saint Dominic was the founder of the Dominicans. Because of their devotion, they were nicknamed Dominicans, Hounds of the Lord. Hence, the dog statue right here. It's up to no good, it looks like. Thomas Aquinas also has an interesting symbol, a beehive, but a lot of people like to think that it's turtleneck. Our first original statue portraying 3 women saints. Yay, you go girls! Calvary is one of the most famous and controversial statues on the Charles Bridge. It has a golden inscription in Hebrew that was apparently made by a Jewish person as a punishment after he was convicted unjustly. This place is the original location of the first ever crucifix that was standing on the Charles Bridge since Middle Ages. It used to be a place for public executions. Yikes. Pieta is a more modern statue, but you might have heard of another famous Pieta by Michelangelo. Do you know where it is located? Leave us a comment down below. A statue of Saint Anna, mother of Virgin Mary. No mother's jokes here. This statue of Saint Joseph replaced an older one that was damaged in Revolutionary year 1848. As you can see, a lot of the statues on Charles Bridge are different colors. The reason for that is the material that they're made of. It's called sandstone, and it absorbs pollution. So usually the lighter the statue, the newer it is. The darker, the older it is. This statue replaced the original one that was washed off by the flood in 1890. It portrays Saint Cyril and Methodius that are welcomed by happy pagans that are eager to be baptized. I'm sure that's how it went. The original statue portraying the same saint also fell into the depth of the river in 1890, so this is a copy. A young man holding a book is supposedly sculptor's self-portrait. This is a statue of Saint John the Baptist, pointing, I guess, at the church where his order is located. Saint Christopher, the patron saint of travelers. So yes, this is my favorite statue here. This is kind of an unlucky place for the sculptures, as 2 of the older ones that used to stand here went missing. Let's hope that this one will last. Saint Francis of Borgia statue. This name might ring a bell. Saint John of Nepomuk statue is the oldest and the only bronze statue on the Charles Bridge. We actually made a separate video about it. This statue substituted one damaged by the flood and originally was standing next to Prague Castle. You can see young Saint Wenceslas next to his grandmother. Cute, I know, and then suddenly this brutal death depiction here. Not sure what kind of balance they were trying to achieve. Saint Anthony of Padua, a man that preached to the fish. This statue was made to commemorate the saving of Emperor Franz Joseph from assassination. I like to call this statue, phew! Saint Jude Thaddeus is an advocate in hopeless situations. It's 2021 and it's time to talk Jude. As you can see, this statue is missing, which probably means it will be substituted by a copy in the foreseeable future, but let's at least take a look at the photo. Saint Procopius is casually taming the devil, while Saint Vincent is performing exorcism and reviving the dead, multitasking at its best. Brunswick, a statue of a legendary Czech knight that has a magic sword, if you know what I mean. Saint Augustine once met a child on the seashore that was pouring water with a seashell into a pit of sand. That's when Saint Augustine understood the God's patient when it comes to dealing with humans. It speaks to me. I feel the same way when I ask my husband not to leave his socks all over the apartment. Saint Nicholas of Tolentine, giving bread to the poor. That's what Czech politicians also do during their campaigns. They're handing out people donuts in the metro. If you're wondering where can you find all of these original statues from the Charles Bridge, you should go check out Lapidarium or Gorlice Hall in Vyšehrad. Okay, I have to say something positive for once. Saint Cajetan, a noble man with a big heart that worked for a noble cause. Good job. The most artistically valuable statue on the Charles Bridge is unfortunately missing right now. But the sculptor, Braun, probably was inspired by Bernini's Ecstasy of Saint Teresa in Rome. Yes, I'm a nerd. Moving on. Saint Philip Benitius is the only marble statue on the Charles Bridge. This is a man that did something that a lot of people found surprising. He ate watermelon with a spoon. Okay, it was a joke. He refused to become a pope. Look at his papal tiara at his feet. Saint Adalbert statue. Saint Adalbert is the patron saint of Czech Republic that was robbed of his attributes, a paddle and a bishop's staff. You see, they're not here. The statue of Saint Vitus. If you think that your family didn't like you, wait about to hear Saint Vitus. He was kicked out of his house and thrown into boiling oil and then to the lion's pit. Fortunately, the oil turned cold and the lions turned into tamed kittens. Well, there's a lot to unpack at this statue here. These two were rescuing the slaves from captivity. Do you see this slave owner represented by a Turk and captured Christians begging to be released? That's the most 2021 statue that I've ever seen. And this guy, Ivan the Hermit, is cool, but he's kind of third-wheeling here. Saint Cosmas and Damian, the patron saints of medicine that were supposed to provide the help during the pandemics. I don't think they're doing a very good job this year. What do you think, guys? The last statue is the statue of Saint Wenceslas, or Good King Wenceslas, as you might know him from A Christmas Carol. That's it, guys. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and like this video, and we will see you in our next one. Bye!